It's a wrap.
Check, check, testing. Want to make sure that the microphone's recording? Yes. Don't want to have that uploaded without somehow passing through editing and, being uploaded without any accompanying voice. Man, imagine if something like that happened on YouTube. That would just be, what a stellar act that would be. Welcome back, everyone, to the Shitcast with your host, the dog. Father, I guess. It's nice to see you all again since I've been gone for a little while. Not really motivated to do a whole ton of FAF lately. Been busy just with keeping up on some daily scheduled things like work. Season's kicking up, so gotta get that moolah going. The filthiest lucre. But we're here and right back on track. It's just speeding up a little through this since we're not really going to pay attention to the build orders. The usual garbo that you kind of expect out of these things. But we do have our main protagonists here. We have, I was going to say retarded, but retraded. Surely that's the intended meaning to that name. And we have ABBA. 3-letter word. That's fine with me. ABBA. And I'm just gonna have a hard time not calling him retarded, but unfortunately it's gonna be the case. And we have a Seraphim matchup on Certus Major. Oh, Seraphim. I've been noticing in the last 3 videos of mine, as far as Shitcast, I mean, it's been pretty much just a Siren versus Seraphim matchup, which are the 2 factions that I probably favor the most in this game. So, putting aside biases, now I'm just going to be real and just, from now on this is a Seraphim cast. So, looking forward to it. And we have, well, these guys are pretty low tier. 23 and negative 45. Some hot shit, I gotta say. And now we're starting to get a little bit more action going. With the usual nonsense going about, as we can, sort of expect. Yeah. Would you be surprised if you saw this in any sub 800 game? No, not really. This, however, is definitely quite something. T2 at 5 minutes. I've heard of rushing T2, but this guy really committed to the act. Whereas his opponent, unfortunately, is a little bit more focused on the T1 stage. How could he possibly hope to keep up? He's actually not really expending nearly as much, despite having more factories. This is the kind of thing you need to have your engineers spread out, but who else am I coaching here but the players themselves? I mean, unless the guys that are watching this are, are in the same boat, the same pirate crew, doing this kind of shenanigan. I mean, I don't know, man. You've got a lot on your plate to have this kind of problem. But that's a lot of our players in FAF. Oil factories, what's new? Glad you guys enjoyed the death compilation that I made. At least the few who even pay attention to my channel. That was a whole lot of fun to do. I look forward to doing more of that for sure. It was probably the most ambitious project that I've done. It wasn't nearly as difficult as some I've done, but it was so much less try-hard and just natural to work on, so maybe just because it didn't feature my voice. That could certainly be it, not having to put myself out there. But regardless, that was one of my favorite things to do. It was just very meme-tastic, I gotta say. And oh boy, here we go with initial engagements. Ilshivas, what are you gonna do without him? Well, no doubt he's quite behind in... No, he's got plenty of mass. And No, he just has no... I should have figured. He has no way to spend this eco because he has one factory, one land factory, producing all of his units. In which case, they're T2 units, so he has no other layer of defense in case, you know, swarms of T1 come pouring through his core base. Retardo, however, has his army is kind of somewhere else. I mean, basically idle in his base, just kind of, they move in herds, apparently. So I guess that's kind of how he's settling with it. With those Ilshivas, man, they'll pick him off, so they gotta stick together and make no sudden movements, you know? That's why they're kind of chilling out. You know, birds of prey. They're out there. Where are these T2 engineers going? Well, he's actually building another T2 land. That's pretty cool. Unfortunately, he's going to have his hands full when inevitable T1 units come through. But, of course, his opponents allowed him to have the time to accumulate enough Ilshivas to defend himself. Oh, he's using that to capture. Oh, that's, well, genius. Really obscure tactic right there. Wouldn't never have thought of that, ever, in the time that I've been on FAF. But here comes the army trying to move their way past. No, they're trying to move down. This is surely going to be the climactic part of the entire thing. Having these guys duke it out. Oh man, look at that excellent maneuvering around that hillside. Don't it seem like Zui's, Ilshivas, and they all get stuck on like this little part. Something about the transition of where units move down or something. I'm sure you had to tickle him down for quite a bit. It just seems like these little spots right here, the units always get stuck on. Always find that to be a problem. Man, even brute forcing his way through that. And of course, oh, what a painstaking maneuver here. He's got gun upgrade, he's going to push through and he's going to attack his most valuable asset. What? Ah, gee. Not that. Oh my lord. What could you possibly do with that? Was that? Yeah, that was a Natha. What a fascinating attack right there. He's actually building Nathas now, which is pretty interesting. There's no T1 air, basically, to speak of, except the T1 bomber here, but... oh man, look at that. All those Ilshivas, they got picked off here, and they're just slowly dying. Although now they're going to run into here and probably get killed off. Some T1 bombers on the way. Oh no. What is he going to pick off? The 7,000 HP structure? Maybe the power? T2 mexes? What about the build power? None to speak of. Ada is just kind of chilling in his base. He's not really concerned. Then again, what does he have to be really concerned about? Because look at this. Oh, that is a majestic sight to behold. Just the right kind of rating that you would hope for in these games. Just one at a time. Especially right into your core base where you already got 7, 8 Ilshivas just chilling out. He's building more Nathas especially now. He did lose one T2 mech, but... I mean, good lord. He's actually got his own T2 land. In response, I guess he's picked up on the memo. He doesn't have nearly as many, as much tech as he needs at this point of the game. Should know better. You know, 15 minutes in. With this little amount of map control and build power... this is really shocking. Oh my lord. Look at that. Just Nathas having their time. This is their debut. You know, ever since they got that that little buff to their bomb. Now they're just, oh Christ, look at them. They just own the air. Just Jagged Appliance. Does he even know what he's doing with balance anymore? Look at that. That's just fucking brutal. Somebody forward this over to Jagged and just tell him that he needs to resign as a counselor. He's really doing FAF and the community a disservice to us all. Look at this. It's already got 13 kills. Who considers this balanced? Is he? No, he's going. He's gonna fight. He's gonna fight brute force with brute force, man. He's gonna go Notha versus Notha. This is the kind of air superiority battles that we need to see more often in higher tech games. This is the kind of pro strats that we're missing out on in the high tier category right now. But this is actually, well, there's just way too many Ilshivas now. This is gonna be way too much now. Dear, oh dear. Although now if they just walk past them, they'll just avoid the problem entirely. Yeah, they don't care. Step aside, homeboys. Hot swagger is pouring down the hill. Oh, but there's actually... No, there's another formidable force just kind of gathering behind. But how can they possibly stand a chance when, you know, Nothas exist in the game? Zuis? Never heard of them. Ilshivas? Dead meme. I mean, basically now, this is the Notha era. No kidding, he's actually building Nothas. I was just shit posting, man. This is going way too far with this Notha on Notha violence. This is, no, this is crime, man. I want those pictures of Spider-Man. Oh, please, no. Dear God. Oh, no. This is criminal, really. How can they do this? Does he? Yeah, he might actually have this, you know? Retarded is, struggling. But, I mean, this is picking on somebody who's, you know, incapacitated mentally. I'm not that far ahead myself, I suppose. Oh, dear God. This is actually what's happening. This is the war of the Nothas. Oh, and he's actually just winning with that. Oh God. We're watching just the entire base unfold because of, well, he didn't have that much production to begin with, but the Nothas, though, they're the real, like, fire this game. Ever since they got that, you know, instead of, what was it, 1175 damage? Better way of saying basically 1,175 damage. Now it's 1,250. Man. Why didn't I think of this before, man? Nothas. This is really the shit that I've been waiting for. Oh, Christ, that was actually terrifying. No joke. And now that's just fucking... I don't know if this is harassment. I feel like I should be violated because of this. Tons of Ilshivas just piling up, but who really cares about that when you have, what is that, like 13? 12? Nothas just kind of carrying the whole thing? Jesus. This is hate speech. Just the fact that these things exist. Well, not too late to build flak, man. You're gonna need something to counteract all these bombers. Oh jeez. What a cast. Not that long either. I mean, 22 minutes? not that much excitement besides just watching these boys have their moment. The layman's, you know, Tech 3 bomber. Like, come on, man. You ever heard of fucking Corsairs? Like, why would you build Nothas like this? Jesus. I guess when everyone's as retarded as you at this level, no offense, retarded, but, or Retraded, the traitor. I guess everyone could get away with this sort of thing. Oh, there he goes. Oh, come on, man. Show us that micro. And this is why you don't snipe people with Nothas. But I suppose when you have this many T2 bombers, you can kind of get away with it. Oh, there we go. Well, high tier. Would give this a solid B+ on the just the autism scale. I don't know how the scale works on that spectrum, but it kind of works with it, you know? In that case, I don't know. Where shall we go from here? I'll be pretty much working on different stuff, like probably another Death compilation, but I'm also going to be doing some promotional stuff. And hopefully we'll see about what we can do to get some more of these games. Just not been a whole ton of interesting games lately, but I saw that the pool's been updated in ladder, so we should have some more fascinating games to come. Alright guys, I'll see you on the next one. Alright, take care fellas.